Hello everyone, and welcome to Cultist Simulator. I'm Therius. This is a a bit of an older game, and probably a strange choice to do for my first ever Let's Play. But this is a game that I thoroughly enjoyed, it and its sequel, Book of Hours. They both take place in a kind of Call of Cthulhu-esque setting within London. I think, what's the time period? A lot of it's like 1920s, 1930s, that era. What I really like about this game and its sequel, and why I chose this game to play, is that it doesn't like explaining things to you, both for its lore and its mechanics. It's something you have to learn by trial and error, and I thought it would be fun to dig into the lore of this game, as if I don't know what I already know, which isn't a lot. I know the basic general strokes of the setting and how things operate in the setting, but I don't know specifics. So I thought it would be fun to bring some people along for the ride, and without further ado, let's get into it. So the main thing with this game is that you have actions, and you have cards that can represent pretty much anything. They can represent people, they can represent your attributes like health, passion, reason, or even like money or objects. And you will use these cards within your actions to do various things. So let us begin. So this is this is the only card I have right now, and this is the only action I have right now. Work, earn a living wage, or practice the invisible arts. I only have menial employment, a precarious position as a hospital porter. Miserable, but it's all you can find just now. Each card has its own attributes. For example, this is aspect job, an arrangement to exchange one's life for money. So anything with this attribute is a job and will likely work here. So let's just do that. Another shift at the hospital. Another shift mopping the darkened hallways, delivering to hollow-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. And we're going to start. Everything on this game runs on timers. Right now, I'm just going to pause real quick. Right now, at the very beginning, the timers are very manageable, but they get pretty insane later on. And I can pause at any time. I'm actually going to set this to fast forward, so we don't have to wait as long between actions. Another shift at the hospital. Halfway through your shift, the head porter beckons you aside. "We won't require your services any longer," he says. "Here, your last payment. We've paid you through the end of the month. I have lost my job. At least now I have a little time to rest. When my health improves, dream is unlocked." So this gave me 2 funds and health. Funds, enough to support me for a little while in adequate comfort. This has the ingredient aspect: fuel, ointment, pigment, patience. All are consumed in time. So anything that requires ingredients, I can use my funds for. Or it's something that I might be able to use. Health. This is my body. There are other bodies, but this one is mine, and my mind needs it as fungus needs soil. I very much like this flavor text. With enough vitality, you can gain more health. So this has some aspects that we haven't seen any so far. This is one of the major aspects of the game. I believe there are 7 or 8 total. This is heart. The heart, relentless, beats to protect the skin of the world we understand. The heart is the principle that continues and preserves. It also is an ability, brain, or heart, or hand, or eye. Most of us are born with most of them. They went down here. A lot of this game is... I don't have a lot to organize right now, but a lot of this game, from what I remember, is trying to organize the amount of... there's a lot of cards in this game. So once we worked, this came up. This is what we unlocked with Dream. Recall my dreams. Once again, I dream of a glow beneath the filthy skin of the world. The light through the black wood, the pale door, the old man. There's that phrase again. The filthy skin of the world, which was mentioned in Heart. The heart relentless beats to protect the skin of the world, we understand. So we don't know what the skin of the world is yet, what that's referring to, but that is something that we should probably keep an eye out for to find out what exactly that means. From what I remember, dreaming is a very important part of this game and the setting, and we will pretty much be wanting to dream, not all the time, but a lot of the time. Let me see if I can, so work, if I click on any parts, it will highlight what cards I can use. So I can use my health here. Unskilled labor. Backbreaking work for meager pay. Is this the best I can do? So we gotta wait 60 seconds for that. So let's start the clock again. There's no time pressure right now, but there will be time pressure, which is when these timers become relevant. All right, so dream is done. Recall my dreams. It began when I spoke to the old man in the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now. The pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? What is the cobalt light in my dreams? Time is now passing. So that gave us contentment. I'm happy, I think. Contentment defends against dread, but contentment doesn't last. This has a timer, so I believe it'll just disappear, or it'll either disappear or degrade in 60 seconds, or 59.3. This has two new aspects. Aspect Lantern. Life is a pure flame, and we live by an invisible sun within us. Thomas Brown. Lantern is the principle of the secret place, sometimes called the House of the Sun, and the light above it. And this is an influence, an echo, a resonance, and an alignment, something that will fade soon. So unfortunately, we do not remain happy forever. But this is what I mean. What does this mean? We don't have enough information to go off of right now to determine what exactly this represents yet. And then we unlocked the study. This is the study action. A change in the air. I need funds to live. But perhaps this recent upset in my circumstances is a secret blessing. Is there something to my dreams? There's a change in the air. Okay, so this is, we'll see what that does. I believe we can dream with passion. What can we dream with? Yep, passion or funds. A direction for my dreams or a trouble to recover from. So what does funds do? Purchase a tincture of opium. In times of a special crisis, I might visit a discreet pharmacist to purchase a tincture of opium and make my dreams sweet, but only in times of a special crisis. This is an expensive and risky way to gain contentment. It might provoke sickness or despair. So let's not do that yet. We have no reason to get high, but we can also use passion. The moonlit road. I know this dream. A road crests a hilltop, and the air is silver bright. I do like the burn-in effect you get from doing certain actions in this game. It's a very, very nice touch that they put in here. So this is the time pressure of this game. Time passes. Time, the sundial's shadow, passes. I must have funds to live, or I will become ill. So this is something that every 60 seconds will steal money from me, and potentially, I think will pop out random events. From what I remember of these two games, Book of Hours and this game, this is the game that has this time pressure. I don't think Book of Hours has like a clock that you have to fight. I think you can take your time in that. But I can't quite recall because, again, it's been a few years. Okay. Unskilled labor. The day is done and so am I, but I've earned my pay. So it's given us back our health, but it's fatigued now, so now we cannot use it. It's also given us vitality. Exercise or something rarer has invigorated me. Use this with another vitality to improve your abilities. It lasts only 3 minutes if unused. So we can increase our health if we have another vitality. Funds, we've gotten paid. I don't think I can put anything else here right now because I am tired. So let's just keep going. Oh, this is asking for a card. Oh, I can put lore here, which we do not have. Oops. If I engage in an occult practice before I sleep, I might find the way to deeper dream. Yeah, so we'll just perform a blood sacrifice and then sleep. And I'm sure that will not mess with us in any way. A bequest arrives. A letter from a solicitor. The old man at the hospital, the one I dream of, has named me in his will. I'll hear more soon. So what I get from what... Okay. So we met an old man at the hospital, and he's like dying from pneumonia. And we've also met this man in our dreams. I believe the phrasing that was used when we mentioned that we were dreaming about him was, "Why do I dream of him still?" So that means we were dreaming of him before he died, and then now we're still dreaming of him. And this man has also just put us into his will for one reason or another. Oh, shoot, I forgot to name myself. Darius, the aspirant. I know how to pronounce things. This went to the next step. Dreams of the rain. Rain is coming, but the right kind of rain. Okay. I like the sound of that. Now it's given us more contentment. What can I use contentment for? If I remember correctly, something very interesting of this game, you see how it's an influence? If we have things that will take influences, we can put this in there. And depending on what we're trying to do, we may be able to use the aspects of this card to influence something. So this gives to lantern and to heart. If we have something that we can put this into that cares about either of these aspects, we might be able to get something from it. But right now I'm clicking and dragging, nothing is lighting up. If you see I'm clicking, dragging funds, this lights up. But if I'm clicking and dragging contentment, I'm lighting up. So I can't use it anywhere yet. But that's just something to keep in mind, is that we might be able to use this for something later on. A bequest arrives. The old man has bequeathed me a sum of money and a packet of peculiar papers. poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. Study is unlocked. It's given us money. It's given us a bequest, a package of peculiar papers from my correspondence executor. I must study it using either passion or reason. And reason. No live organism can continue for long to exist sanely under conditions of absolute reality. Shirley Jackson. And this just mentions it's the vitality equivalent of reason, erudition. This has the lantern aspect. Our reason has lantern. So we can infer something from that. Actually, what does passion have? Yeah, it's exhausted, so it has nothing right now. We'll make a note to come back to that. But reason, the metaphysical toll of reason, our ability to reason, is tied to lantern. So that means somehow the aspect of lantern governs reason in some way. Bequest. A package of peculiar papers from my correspondence executor. I must study it using either passion or reason. Let's do that. My passion's exhausted. I could wait to do that. I could wait to use passion, but I'll just use reason. Examine the bequest, employing reason. I'll examine each item with meticulous care. I still can't dream. My contentment doesn't do anything yet. Yep, you see, it just stole another money from me. This is to represent, like, living expenses, so I'm not starving to death. I can use my health again. I can use it for dreaming. An early night. With some luck, I'll wake refreshed. Sometimes this will provide contentment. Often it will do nothing. Occasionally, it will create dread or fascination. All right. I didn't want to do that. God. All right, well, we're stuck with it. Unfortunately, once a check begins, you can't exactly cancel it. So it's just, our health is just trapped. We're trapped in the dream. Examine the bequest employing reason. My correspondent describes my dreams exactly. They use names that are instantly familiar. The house, the wood, the hours, the glory. They knew secrets beneath time and the skin of the world. A new curiosity burns within me. There is a note here, directions to a bookshop that does not advertise its wares. So they know secrets beneath time and the skin of the world. There's the skin of the world mentioned again. And I think actually now that I'm like looking at this from like kind of retroactively, sort of, I think that it's very, the way they employed this is very smart. They threw a bunch of words at us that don't make any sense. The house, the woods, the glory, the hours. These are all capitalized. These don't make any sense to us right now, right? Except I think the wood was mentioned in Dream, but the other stuff doesn't make any sense. But they keep threading in the skin of the world. So I think that's just an interesting way that they are threading out this lore. I think it's a very smart way to do it. Okay, so this has given us direction to Moorlands, cryptic directions to an obscure address of a certain moorland, a dealer in the rarer sort of book. And then it's given us temptation, enlightenment. It has occurred to me that I hold the key to wisdom. This card will allow you to win an enlightenment victory if you upgrade it far enough. Dreaming about it might advance or change it. A Watchman's secret has been expressed like this. Each hour has its color, but color exists only where there is light. This also has lantern, so this is lore that is tied to the aspect of lantern. Aspect requires knowledge. This is a puzzle with missing pieces. I might find those pieces in odd corners of scholarship. To upgrade or subvert this fragment, you'll need erudition or an HQ with a library. All right. Notes on a possible collaborator. My correspondent has recorded his observations of me. He believed I had potential. He recorded his observations of someone else, too. With time and study, perhaps I can find that person. Excuse me, I just need a sip of water. All right, so what can we put in study now that that's open? Actually, can we put any of these in work? Because we need to keep getting money. Okay, I can put a temptation of enlightenment. The final fulfillment of a desire is often a conclusion. It is not enough to hope. I stand or fail on my deeds. Desires are often the means to winning a game. The desire for sensation or power or enlightenment will require a great ritual. But there are other, even rarer desires, especially in the Ghoul, Priest, and Dancer expansions. I actually bought I have all the expansions for this game. I don't know how they interact with the base game. Hopefully it doesn't make things really confusing. Any more confusing than it already is. But I can put reason here. Find clerical work. Find work which may spare my body, if not my mind. Alright. And I believe I have to study these. Let's study more the directions to Moorland's. The directions to Moorland's shop are cryptic. When one deals in the kind of books my correspondent studied, one must be circumspect. Alright. Find clerical work. Glover & Glover has offered me a junior position. I start at 8 sharp tomorrow morning. Junior position at Glover & Glover. My intellect should be put to better use. But the pay is better than laborer's work. If I don't attend this job regularly, I might suffer a demotion, which I believe is what this timer's for. If I do not use this in, I think it's 90 seconds, but right now it's 88.7, a minute and a half, I will lose it, or I'll get demoted. So I guess we'll just, to prevent that, just put here. The scratching of pens, the sourness of dust, the sighing of the younger Glover, the greedy gurgling of the elder. It's asking for diligence, extra effort, it might help sometimes. Reason? I'll apply extra effort, perhaps they'll appreciate it. I can guarantee you they will not appreciate it. You're in a realm, my guy. Horrors of working a desk job in a cosmic horror setting. Oh shoot! Hold on. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, cosmic horror deals so much with the idea that you are insignificant, and that plays really well into desk jobs. Now that I'm thinking about it, but let's keep going. Find Moorland's shop. An ill-lit street on an ill-favored bend in a lesser river. A soft yellow light through a grimy window. Miss Moorland nods as I enter, but doesn't rise. I never ask the names of my clients, she informs me, before I have time to introduce myself. The Explorer is unlocked. Alright, so this has given us Moorland's shop. The dim premises of Miss Moorland, who deals in rare and sometimes dangerous books. Can only exist once. Okay. Explore. Now that I found a location, I can explore it. This has given us an occult scrap. Secret histories are layered beneath the one we know, like the notes in a rare wine. This is a detail from one of those histories. Exploring with the scrap of knowledge may uncover secret locations in the capital. So this has aspect secret histories. History is the scar on the world's skin. There's the world's skin mentioned again. Secret history describes the unknown complexities of the world and its many pasts. So, off the top of my head, this means one of two things. Either there's the many pasts is an obfuscation of history, such as like they can whoever's in charge can choose what is in the history books, or time is funky and there are literally many pasts. But I'm not quite sure. I don't think we have enough information to go off of yet to determine one or the other. Exotic cravings, what hunger drives us? This is going to pull obsessions, which I don't have. I don't think. But I think this will end up grabbing this temptation. Ooh. An early night. Sometimes I have dreamt of a tall woman in a sand-colored coat who stands at the foot of my bed, smiling as she watches me sleep. In that dream, she turns her head with the swiftness of a bird, and her fingers flex like talons. I do not think I dreamt of her last night. If I had, I could not have slept so soundly. So this is is this basically just the Hat Man, but the tall woman turns her head with the swiftness of a bird, and her fingers flex like talons. So wait, she's where's she turning her head? Oh, is that just I guess that's a figure we should keep in mind. A tall sand-colored coat. Tall woman, sand-colored coat. Alright, well, let's not dream of health again, because we do not need contentment. The moonlit road. I know this dream. A road crests the hilltop, and sand, and the air is silver bright. Lore. I have that, so I can do a Watchman's Secret or an occult scrap. Let's do an occult scrap. The bleached way. I could sleep in a room without colors, bleach the sheets, whitewash the walls, dye my hair, and paint my skin. It has been expressed like this. Each hour has its color, but color exists only where there is light. Does that change with... No. Okay, so I think this will have an interaction with this. But that's interesting. Each hour has its color, but color exists only where there is light. I could sleep in a room without colors, bleach the sheets, whitewash the walls, dye my hair, and paint my skin. So this is... I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. So if color only exists where there is light, and by bleaching everything around me, removing the color around me before going to sleep, I think I'm essentially metaphysically casting myself into darkness. It doesn't quite line up intuitively, because when you think white, when you think bleach, it's usually bright and not colorful, but it's bright, it's light. You cannot usually see white in pitch blackness, right? But I think in terms of the setting and the metaphorical significance, this is us casting ourselves as deep into darkness as we can before we sleep. I can study. What can I study? I can study an occult scrap. Improve my knowledge of the invisible arts. If I have 2 lore fragments of the same level and aspect, I can study them together to improve my understanding, or I can use another type of lore to subvert it. Study with the secret histories, same level to upgrade to the next level. So I cannot, because I only have 1 occult scrap. What else can I study? I can study the notes. I have a name, a description, a few tantalizing details, but there are a few thousand faces in this city. And I can explore the city with what health or with followers, explore locations, or investigate the possibilities of lore. Exploration is often unpredictable. I think this said I can explore it to find places. Seek out the secret places of the city. There are places in the city where I can find extraordinary things, if I can shift the clues out of history and rumor. Oh, yep, that just stole my temptation. What does it say when it does that? The watchman's footsteps. Hunger glows in my brain. Hunger for the knowledge the invisible arts might bring. The watchman's footsteps. I already read that. The watchman, who is the door in the eye, waits in my dreams. If I learn the lantern lore and I dream of this temptation, I can advance my purpose. The need gnaws at me. Restlessness. A restless longing has me. I feel that I want to do something. What exactly? So this is an influence and a memory. We remember the dead until we forget them. This has several aspects though. This has heart, this has lantern, this also has grail, hunger, lust, the drowning waters. The principle of the grail honors both the birth and the feast. Okay. Oh. Birth and feast. So, off the top of my head, blood imagery, obviously. I'm sure we'll find more to link. Aspect Forge. Fire, I once read, is the winter that warms and the spring that consumes. The principle of the forge transforms and destroys. Okay, well this is a pretty standard imagery for creation and destruction across a lot of things. First thought, I mean, the most obvious is like forest fires, right? Controlled forest fires or forest fires in places that are actually supposed to have forest fires. Burns old growth or stuff to the ground, and from its ashes new things can be born from. But it also literally applies to things you would make in a forge, such as you smelt ore to make ingots, and then you smelt those ingots to make swords or whatever you make out of ingots. So it's the principle of creation which necessitates destruction. You cannot create anything without destroying or reshaping something else. What this also reminds me of is if you've played Elden Ring, there is something. What's it called? It's fire. Frenzied Flame. That's what it's called. The Frenzied Flame in that game, it stands for madness, but the madness comes from what the flame does. The flame burns away everything that makes something defined or individual, and like burns it down to like a primordial energy of creation. So it's also something that spreads. It's a madness that is born from basically trying to return the world to a state where nothing was distinct, and down to a primordial energy. This is kind of the same thing. To make something distinct, to make something new, you have to first destroy it. And I rambled on for that. This particular concept is something I've always found fascinating. creation. You cannot have creation without destruction. You can have destruction without creation, which is dangerous. Aspect moth. I knew a man who captured moths in a bell jar. On nights like this, he would release them one by one to die in the candle. Moth is the wild and perilous principle of chaos and yearning. How does yearning differentiate between hunger and lust? I guess yearning could be yearning for anything. And it's just the general concept of yearning rather than yearning for specific things. What am I supposed to do with this restlessness, though? It's an influence. It's going to disappear in 45 seconds. Find a potential collaborator. And now I have an address. I'll dispatch a letter and propose a meeting. Talk is unlocked. Mystique. Uncanniness lingers. Mystique may attract the attention of hunters. They can't use it to build a case against you, but it will encourage them to look harder. And this has reputation. Many fear their reputation, few their conscience. Pliny. Whoever that is. What can I study? I can study my restlessness? To study, one must generally sit quite still. Restlessness is rarely the ally of scholarship. Okay, why can I put it there? Oh, I can study influences. I can't study contentment. Talk? A language. This is used for transferring. Okay. What else can I study? Fleeting reminiscence? It might be possible with the right combination of influences to raise more power. Wit and knowledge. I must understand the influences at work if I am to strengthen or to subvert them. You'll need a significant grounding in the relevant lore. Pulsing in the brain. So I don't have those other, so I can't do that yet. I can study my health. Would that be useful? Fresh air and exercise, long walks, kill cobwebs. Well, let's give it a try. This was unlocked. Whoops. An acquaintance. I await an answer to a letter. All right, let's keep going. A promotion! Mr. Alden, the supervisor of records, has called me into his office to recognize my diligence. I watch the mole on his neck as he talks and talks and talks, but at the end of it, I have a promotion. My new position is better paid and the desk stands by the street window, but I work directly for Mr. Alden now. Mr. Alden is known to be exacting. So this used up my reason. It's given, oh, it's only 50 seconds now, which I'm assuming means it was 60 seconds. Wait, hold on. It's giving me money. I can't use this with it now though, because this will come back in 52 seconds. I am better paid than I was, but Mr. Alden has taken an interest in me. Mr. Alden is very particular. Mr. Alden likes things done just so. And Mr. Alden has never believed that I am qualified for this position. What do you mean? I'm sorry, what do you mean? You hired me. You promoted me. What do you mean I'm not qualified? What the heck? I've studied for like a whole 10 minutes for that position. The bleached way. Color exists only where there is light, and the wood is the place where light does not walk. In the dream, I close my eyes and walk, stumbling, bruising my feet and knees. At last, the undergrowth before me grows too thick to pass, and when I open my eyes, I am adrift among black trees. Shadows flutter. My feet will know the way back to this place. All right, so it's given us our lore back. It's given us our passion back. Oh, this is what I just... a buzzing in the brain. In blah, 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 snip, snip, snip. A second order influence, apparent to the perceptive, instantly recognizable to an adept. This can be used in some rites to summon minions, and some minions will leave it lingering when they are destroyed. Okay, I can summon things now. Well, I don't have a right, so I can't, but I could summon things. Way the wood. I've learnt the path to the wood, the tangled darkness that grows around the walls of the mansis, though the mansis has no walls. I can dream with this to return to the wood. A way back through dream. Some memories are sketch maps of dreams. Some even pass through the bounds of dreams to the wood and the the house that rises above it. Okay, so the wood, the house, dreams. Where am I? I'll put this over here. Okay, so what can I dream of? I can dream of this. Meditate on my goal of unearthly knowledge. Should I dedicate myself to my purpose or focus my efforts elsewhere? Reflection. Dedicate myself with the lore of the principle I seek or focus my efforts elsewhere. This is highlighting that. Is it highlighting anything else? It is not, so let's just do that. Light's dedication. I will dedicate myself to the pursuit of knowledge. Okay, so that makes sense. Because reason doesn't right now, but not dimmed reason has the lantern aspect, so it is lantern has a very strong connection to knowledge, so that's good to know. An acquaintance. The reply to your letter is courteous if cautious. They are intrigued by how you found their name, intrigued enough to meet you. Cool. What's this up here? The wrong kind of attention. Excuse me 1 second. Alright. The city is rife with journalists and detectives and other meddlers. How long will they leave me in peace? It's looking for an adversary. It's looking for hunter. Grabs a card to fill its void. So I don't think there's a hunter yet. Let's talk to this dude. A new beginning. Together, we might be more. Found a mystical organization. Here is someone I might work with. A companion or a follower. But first, I must give them something to follow. A society, a sodality, an order, a cult. What is sodality? I'm not looking. I'll look that up later if I remember. No guarantees. Seek out the secret places of the city. This place merits closer investigation. Strathcone's residence. Whatever. The house of whoever. Collector of rare objects. He will not sell his treasures, but a sufficiently cunning accomplice might gain entry. This is a vault. There's something precious here. It's a location. Locations. Everything must be somewhere, and this is here. And aspect capital. A secret place in the teeming capital city where I live. Okay. Can I explore there then? Preparations for an expedition. I could send an expedition here to find books, treasures, tools of power, but I'll need followers to send and funds to supply them. Later, I must have at least one follower to start the expedition. I can add more later. I don't have any followers. Add an extra follower, funds, so I can't do this yet. Let's go to Morelands, and it's asking for money. It takes time to sort the gold from the dross, the wheat from the chaff, and the blood from the water. If I buy enough books, I'll find something interesting. Oh, that thing just pulled in my mystique. Found a mystical organization. I have begun my true work. The authorities will take an interest in it. I must be ready for them. You have begun to establish your cult. It will need a little more before you can recruit followers. Leo, an acquaintance. Leo is an earnest sort with an interest in the occult. He hangs on your hints about the invisible arts. You might be able to recruit this acquaintance as a follower. But for right now, he is a acquaintance, not yet a friend, nor an enemy. And immortal. The long habit of living indisposeth us for dying. Okay. Notoriety. Certain acts are not quickly forgotten. Notoriety may allow... Oh, sorry, excuse me. Notoriety may allow hunters to build a case against you. Notoriety is not something we want. We do not want this. So we'll have to find a way to either hope it ticks away or find something to get rid of it. This just turned into dread. I have seen too much. A nameless, gnawing fear has its teeth in my hopes. An existential... oh my god. An existential horror. Ill health. Perhaps I can rest and recover. It's a memory. It's an influence. Aspect induces despair. This may cause despair. Aspect edge. All conquest occurs at the edge. One who dwells there is blind and cannot be wounded. Another is strong and grows stronger. Edge is the principle of battle and of struggle. Cool. But dread is also something we do not want. These are two things we do not want. Talk. I can talk to him again, but I can't... I think that'll just give me more notoriety, right? Maybe I can talk to him about something here or something. I don't know. I think this is just the same thing again. Yeah, okay, now we have 2 notoriety. That's very helpful. Oh, I think this is what it gave us. Choose founding principles, tradition and compulsion, old, new, or both together. Add lore to determine the cult's founding principles. Where is my lore right now? Oh, I'm dreaming about it right now. I'm dedicating... Okay. Hopefully we get that back. Fresh air and exercise. I've neglected my studies, but I stand a little straighter. This gives vitality. Gotcha. So... yeah, let's do that again. Because then we can use both vitalities to increase our health, which is important because I think if we get sick, we will die. So having more health helps us not die. I can't talk about anything right now. Add to your library. I found something noteworthy. Wrapped in the King. Detailed accounts of by James Cullen Murphy of secret bacchanals and ecstatic dances observed in necropolises, that's the word, and graveyards in southern Europe, in Egypt, and in Anatolia. The author is a self-confessed ghoul, an eater of buried flesh. He claims to have witnessed the dances while at his feasting. That's a lot to unpack. That is a lot to unpack. Secret. So dances in graveyards and necropolises, Southern Europe and Egypt. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. So this guy eats things and goes to these necropolises or graveyards and then sees people dancing there. I can't use this. Nothing's lighting up right now. This is giving us something. An adversary. There's always someone who doesn't understand or who understands too well. This troublemaker may seek evidence of my activities to share with the authorities. Weary detective. This gentleman would much rather be left alone with his pipe and his illustrated London news, but no. Apparently, some conjurer of abominations has to be hunted down like a mad dog, and apparently, no one else can find the time. Hey, get out of my stuff. You're over there. You're banished. You're not allowed. I don't want to look at you. Narc. I can explore with fleeting reminiscence. Let memory guide my steps. My thoughts will wander and I will follow. Old emotions will come to roost. Okay. I still can't talk. I don't want to talk to him again. He'll just give me notoriety again. Because apparently talking is illegal now. Alright, let's just keep going. Work overtime at Mr. Alden's insistence. I do not believe that you have properly understood the importance of our work here. This task will require your full attention. Add reason to satisfy Mr. Alden. Hold on. Sorry, bless me, excuse me. I hope that didn't come up on the mic. The work is complete when I have assessed the work as complete and not before. I trust we understand each other. Okay, dude. You're in a realm. You're putting a target on your back. That's all I'm saying. Oh, I can talk to the detective. Let's talk to the detective. Arrange a meeting with an adversary. Perhaps we could parley, or perhaps I could send something to ambush them. Okay. I mean, this guy just showed up and he's just poking around, and I'm like, hey, you want to talk? Arrange a meeting with an adversary. Perhaps we could parley, or something I could send to ambush them. I can talk about a book. That doesn't change the description. I can talk about no. What else? Talk about this. No. Passion. Oh. Can I pay him? No, I can't bribe him. Notoriety. No. The description isn't changing for any of these. Dread? Describe the horrors awaiting an adversary. Something to think about every time you close your eyes. This might sway the hunter from their path, but it will always increase your own dread. No. Let's not do that. Brave the wood? No, you don't want to talk about my dreams. That's okay. No one else wants to hear about my dreams either. I'd become unwell. If an illness cannot consume health, it will kill you unless you have special protection. Oh, yeah, so this is what I was talking about, and that's why I wanted to study this. This will take a health card. I don't know what it'll do if it can't find one, because my health's here. This will run out, though, before that does, so I don't think I'll die. Light's dedication. I've spoken the words. Each hour has its color, but color exists only where there is light. I will go where there is light, though it bleach me to glass. I have advanced... Sorry, I just read ahead. I have advanced a step towards a terrible ascension. I don't know if I should be seeking a terrible ascension. I would rather like a nice ascension, you know? Dedication... Enlightenment. I have dedicated myself to the pursuit of higher understanding. I must see beneath the skin, whatever the cost. This makes an enlightenment, but blah, 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 blah. I must be a true initiate of the Mansis. I'll need to work with Lantern Aspect to allow the Watchman to see me. Cool. Cool. I can use this now here. Establish the Mirror of Glory, an occult society dedicated to the understanding of the light that leaks from a fiercer place. Okay. What's this? A light in the skull. Whenever the principle of the lantern shed its light, I may recall additional scraps of knowledge. Cool. Can I dream about anything? I can dream my passion again. Hold on, I can see the wood. Let's go to the wood. If I have enough passion, I can walk the dream road to the wood. If I have the right knowledge, I might be able to find the way beyond it. Path. Okay, so now it's asking for my passion. Entering the wood. Now I pass between scar-barked? Okay. Now I pass between scar-barked trees. The moon passes behind branches, though her fingers remain in my hair. I am stumbling over roots now. It is tempting to drop to all fours to avoid the low branches. Pale wings move deep in the night. Pale wings. Is that referring to moth? Or something else? I guess we'll find out, maybe. Okay, let's keep going. Let memory guide my steps. Memory is a maze, and at its heart, a garden. This has given us restlessness again. Cool. We have so much rest. We are so restless. I cannot wait to try to sleep tonight. Let's go back to Moreland. Let's look at more books, even though I haven't even read the first book. Great. A terrible clarity. Our purpose demands we recognize truths that chill the spirit. I must give of myself my reason. I must give of myself to honor the power we will serve. My reason's here right now. And it's dimmed. And this is 60 seconds. Oh, God. So, immediate problem. If I work here, it will go for a minute, and then it'll ask for my reason. But I need my reason here, but I can't use my reason here until it recovers. So I might just have to... Does this accept anything but reason? No, it only accepts reason. I might just have to not work and get demoted. What did this give? The light in the skull. Dusty facts have come clear in my brain, for now at least. This has given us erudition. I want another one of these. That would really help out, actually. I've neglected my studies but stand a little straighter. Vitality. Where did my health go? Oh, it got pulled up here. Okay, cool. So I'm not gonna die, I'm just gonna get sick. But now I believe I can study both of these. Exercise the body. I am abrim with vitality. If I devote some time to exercise, I'll benefit. So I'm gonna exercise while sick and get healthier. That's how that works. Yeah, cool. Add to your library. I found something noteworthy: a collection of essays and Moreland shop. In the mind, if the mind, oh my god, if the mind is a blade, this is a whetstone. Study to gain erudition, lesson learnt, which you may be able to use to increase reason. And that might be a good thing to try to use. Well, I can't do it anyway because I'm exercising. I can't study and I can't read a book while doing jumping jacks. Explore. Yeah, let's just keep getting books. I'll start a collection. Just like at home. A whole bookshelf of books that I've never read. Oh, this is still... I guess this will just keep repeating. Okay. Until I put reason in there. That was rash. Perhaps I shouldn't have exposed myself so. Yeah. Yeah, perhaps I shouldn't have done that. Okay, well, whoever I talk to will just give me notoriety, so I'm just not going to do that. I already have 3. This illness has damaged my health. I'll need to rest before I am fully recovered. Cure your affliction with funds or vitality. Okay, I think I need to sleep with this. It'd be really nice if my lantern lore wasn't trapped here. What's this from? Why did this come up? Oh, so I think this is from dreaming. So the wood, the well, the temple of the wheel, bounds, the glory, Worm Museum, Peacock Door, Red Church, the tricuspid gate, Chamber of Ways, Spider Door, Valeri, the Ascent of the Knives, Stag Door, Painted River, White Door, Orchid of Lights, Lodge of the Sage, Night. So we're in the woods, and the wood surrounds the walls of Mansis. Right, that's what it said. Oh yeah, Mansis right there. Yeah, so this is the Mansis. This is the glory. I remember that being mentioned earlier. Cool. So what do I guess I select one of these cards. I guess let's just stay in the wood for now. Oh, I can't really do anything with this though. Buzzing in the brain. Let's go to the well. This just gave us vitality. Okay. Oh, okay. Why is it so small? Vitality. Through the wood. The well in the wood is sacred to the Grail. Sacred to the Grail, the hour that hungers, and to the velvet, the hour that guards secrets. Tonight as I approached, it heaved with the velvet's moss. Struggling waves of deep and vibrant green, pulsing again and again from its throat. It surged around my calves, rose to my thighs, and this morning I still feel the velvet's breath, strong within me. Okay. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Oh, shoot. I can't read it. It mentioned the Grail and the Velvet, and they said that those are both hours, and hours was capitalized. So that's another place where hours is mentioned. Entering the wood, now I pass between sky. Oh yeah, I already read that. I should do this. Recover. Restore me if I have the medicines or vitality. So yeah, funds or vitality. Vitality's free. It's going to expire. Now all I need, so might as well use that. I don't want to die. Oh, this just took one of my notorieties. An adversary is asking searching questions about my activity. Well, you found some answers, I guess. Add to your library, I found something noteworthy. The Queens of the Rivers. Surreal contemporary play by the enigmatic Monica Medina, in which the Queens of the Rivers are murdered one by one. Cool. Queens of the Rivers. Don't know what that is. I don't think we're supposed to know. Especially if it's just a play, right? I mean, it's just a play. What are we gonna find from a play? Oops. To your library. My reason. Yeah, see, this is the problem. This is asking for my reason. This is also asking for my reason. I can't believe, if only I could be in two places at once. I think this is more important because this is literally trying to found my cult. And that's the name of the game. So I'm probably gonna get demoted. Which will suck. Exercise the body. I've grown stronger. I've gained health, but it'll be more difficult to gain health next time. Okay, just give it its health, and then skill, a stronger physique. I have benefited from exercise. Use this with 2 lessons learned to gain more health. And if I recall, I believe I have to use 2 vitality to make a lessons learned. So I could study health to get more vitality. Do that twice, combine those into 1 vitality lesson. All right, then do that another 2 times. Let's not do that right now. Let's read one of these books. Do I want to do this to get reason? No, I don't think so, because this is going to be, the conflict between this is hopefully going to be over when this clip ticks over. Hopefully it will just give it right to me so I can just pop it in there, but that'll be a 2-second difference. Anyway, let's read one of these. Let's read this play that has no significance whatsoever. The Queen of the Vistilla is poisoned. That's very different. The Queen of the a different river chokes on a fishhook. The Queen of the Tagus is burnt alive. What? I don't see how this has to do with secret knowledge. Considering the evidence, if a hunter has found notoriety, they will try to use it to create or upgrade evidence. If they're meticulous, they'll always succeed. If they're erratic, they'll more than likely fail, or they're more likely to fail. but they can occasionally create evidence even without notoriety. So this is looking for evidence, which I do not have yet. So it's going to make evidence against me? Cool. Well, I have a bunch of notoriety. Do you want to take some more? Add to your library. I found something noteworthy. The Humors of a Gentleman. Samuel Savage's satirical comedy on the intrigues of the ailing but cunning John Soane. Soane? His mistress, Mavelyn, her lover Leo, and the upstart Corvino. Mistress, her lover... Satirical... Okay, what does mistress mean in this context? Is this like the affair mistress, or is this something else? Ailing but cunning, John, mistress, and her lover. Okay. So this is a love square, sounds like. I think I'm just going to keep exploring and getting books. My first recruit, a cult with only one member, is an unusual habit. I must have a recruit. Hey, detective guy, where are you? Where's the detective? Oh, he's in here. I guess he's busy. Alright, come on, Leo. Work overtime at Mr. Alden's assistance. I would like to say that I am disappointed, but my expectations of you were already low. I have no choice but to withhold a portion of your pay. You may go, but be punctual tomorrow. Freaking. I hate... So that was 2 minutes for one fund. That was not worth it. It is not... Okay. I don't think I can work this. How long did does this take? I think it was a minute. This will give me vitality, which will let me increase my health. Yeah, let's do 55 seconds. Okay, cool. So less than a minute. So then I can work out and then run to my office job all sweaty and gross. What's this? A trembling in the air. The sun flickers like a shadow. Dreams ripple behind the surface of mirrors. I must be careful not to drift from the waking world. Fascination may provoke visions. So it's looking for this, which we do not have yet. But I'm sure we'll get some. Heal. The sick room grows close and still. Grows close and stale. What does that mean exactly? Time to get up. Okay. Let's dream of the wood again. Tentative evidence. A hunter has found evidence, real or imagined, of my sins. Hunters with evidence of occult activities become more dangerous. Evidence may survive the death of the hunter who created it. That's something we also don't want. Hopefully this will expire before the next time that hunt thing comes around. Add to your library. I found something noteworthy. The Skeleton Songs. Poems of greedy delight composed by the Possibility pseudonyms: Arabella Dusk, the rumored heiress turned madam turned poetress. Skeleton songs, greedy delight. That's similar. Secret bacchanals and ecstatic dances observed in necropolises and graveyards. And greedy delight, skeleton. Poems of greedy delight. So there's something drawing the connection between dances and songs and poems and the dead? I don't quite get that. Oh, I can use my health to explore. Crowded thoroughfares by day, a fog-wrapped labyrinth by night, I'll walk the streets seeking secrets until I can walk no more. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see. Mirror of Glory. This is what the occult thing just gave us. Whoops, I didn't mean to pause, not restart. An occult society dedicated to the understanding of the light that leaks from a fiercer place. You can use cults with the talk verb to recruit or promote followers and to send them out on errands to gather resources. A believer can be promoted to a disciple. A few gifted disciples can be exalted even higher to seers. So, well, the light that leaks from a fiercer place. I'm thinking, well, because this was from A Watchman's Secret, which says the lantern aspect. So the light in this case most likely means like knowledge, would be my guess. Okay, well, I got the believer. I'll put my cult stuff over here. Temporary headquarters it also gave me. Our business is private. We could use somewhere more secret. Cool. Can I talk with either of these now? Oh, I can use all of these to talk. Headquarters. Cupboard. Place a follower in here to convert them permanently into a prisoner. Okay. Let's not do that. I only have one follower. It'd kind of I'd be kind of shooting myself in the foot to maybe when I have more. Watchman's Secret. Oops. Speak of esoteric matters. Talking publicly about the invisible arts will attract attention. Perhaps that's what I want. I don't know. I don't know about that. I already have a lot of attention on me right now with this 2 notorieties. Do I want more attention? Will this give me the same attention that talking to the detective gave me? I mean, let's see what I don't have any illusions that I'm going to survive this run. So let's just give it a shot. Let's see what happens. An overlooked place I might have found somewhere unusual. Streets strange by moonlight. Sometimes the light of the moon is a key to other spaces. I found a place where, for a night or two, the streets curve in unfamiliar ways. If I walk here, I might find insight, or I might be touched by madness. So this is the second time the moon was mentioned. The first time... Well, no, sorry, this is not the second time. There's been a few mentions of the moon, but the mention of the moon specifically, because there's been moonlight, a lot of moonlight in the dream being mentioned. The moon passes behind branches, though her fingers remain in my hair. Oh yeah, this is what, there's the other place where the moon itself was mentioned. I'm just trying to think if the moon is an entity in this setting or not, because it's not capitalized. And the lantern description, where is it? Oh, you don't have lantern, you're heart. Leo's an earnest sort, but he's prepared to do what he must. Where's my lantern? I think this has lantern. No. Lantern. No. Lantern. Where lantern? Lantern. Lantern. By an invisible sun within us. Lantern is the principle. Called House of the Sun and the light above it. The sun is a thing in this setting. The sun is capitalized. House of the Sun, invisible sun. Is the moon equally important, or is it just kind of a thing? Does that make sense? Am I making sense right now? I'm just curious because in a lot of mythologies and storytellings and symbolism and stuff, the moon and the sun are pretty closely related. Either the moon is something else entirely from the sun. It's either something else entirely, the inverse of the sun, or like a reflection of the sun. So I'm wondering if the moonlight, the light of the moon, is something else entirely from the light that is from the sun, and that light is connected to knowledge with the lantern aspect, or if it is something completely different. Light of the moon is a key to other spaces. If I walk here, I might find insight, or I might be touched by madness. So I'm thinking that the moon's light and the sun's light are both light, and both are connected to knowledge. So far, that's if the moon is an entity in this setting or is not. Streets are strange in the hour called Menascate. The Queens of the Rivers. The culprit. What was this? This was a book, right? Oh, it was about the Queens of the Rivers being killed. The culprit, it transpires, is the audience. The surviving queens are directed to execute whatever audience members do not escape. A surprisingly lucid epilogue suggests that the correspondence of river names with historical events does provide clues to secret histories behind our own. So this is secret histories being mentioned again. Secret histories behind our own. So, because this was a play, but this is suggesting that the events of the play happened in a secret history. Okay. I'm really curious about these two books. Let's do these two, one of these two, because I am really curious if these two are actually related or I'm just drawing on a string that doesn't exist. The dances draw from the traditions of the mysteries of the cults of Isis and Cybele, but include both symbolic and literal flayings. And the human heart is always central in the rites. The author punctuates his accounts with queasily sensuous descriptions of his own interrupted feasts. This is the one with the dancing, right? Yeah, the ghoul who was eating. Okay, so Isis is an Egyptian goddess. I can't remember what her domains are. Hold on, let me look that up real quick. Isis, goddess. Major goddess in ancient Egyptian religion whose worship spread blah 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 blah. Sorry for this tangent. Main characters of the Osiris myth, resurrection of strained blood. She was believed to help the dead enter the afterlife as she had helped Osiris, which is considered the divine mother of the pharaoh. So there's the connection of the dead right there. What are her domains? Like, what was she the goddess of? Absorbed traits of many other goddesses. When ruled by Greeks, worshipped. They worshipped. World. Symbols. I know she's more than just the goddess of the dead, or like helps the dead. Husband of Isis is Osiris, the Egyptian god of the underworld, afterlife, and rebirth. Brother and sister. Okay, something has connection to the dead. That's the important part, I guess, for this specific thing. The cults of Isis and Cybele. Is Cybele an actual god or goddess? Cybele, Anatolian mother goddess. She may have first found the earliest Greek consuls. This guy is popular in the world, so we say something and invoke her as a protector. Cybele, considered the great mother of the gods in Roman mythology. She was a mother goddess figure considered to have given birth to gods, humans, and animals. She is the personification of Mother Earth and sometimes referred to as the Magna Mater, meaning Great Mother. So she's basically Gaia. Gaia from Greek mythology, because Roman mythology is basically just Greek mythology with a different coat of paint. So I wonder if Isis has mother mythology as well, but death and birth, which the Grail doesn't have anything to do with death, right? It was just birth and the pleasures of existing afterward, or like lust and whatnot. I don't think it had anything to do with death specifically. Let's go labor, arms of bronze. I have 2 seconds to get to work or I'm going to be fired, so let's do that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ow. This is gonna expire before I can get another reason. Because the timer's 53 seconds. Darn it. Fleeting reminiscence. Cool. I don't want to explore with that again because that last time it gave me dread. Will it give me something else? Visions pass me with profane grace, a window over a wood, a garden of ice, a shivering sun, a woman of glass. I will return home with reluctance. So, hold on, I found like this like non-Euclidean street space by just like walking around the city. Are just regular people just stumbling into this stuff? Because also another way that I came across all this stuff, right, is just dreaming. So I'm wondering if this is a setting where the secret aspect is either people being willfully ignorant or someone is trying to suppress this stuff. because it's again, the skin of the world is mentioned, going beneath the skin. And a skin of the world as we know it, I believe is the phrasing, right? Skin of the world we understand. So I'm wondering if maybe part of this heart aspect is to protect people from whatever it is beneath it. And it sounds like something like this is warping the skin of the world. I'm wondering if events like this, or dreaming too heavily, warp the skin in some way, or it's just another layer of reality, right? But let's keep exploring here. That gave me glimmering. If I can get glimmering again from this, I believe I can increase my passion. My emotions run higher than usual. There are things I'll never understand, and those things will always be precious, but just now I am closer to them. Glimmering can be used with study to gain passion, and lasts only 3 minutes. Yeah, so I can use... So if this gives me glimmering again, I can increase my passion, which would be nice. What? Oh, right, because I went to the woods again. Peculiar rumors. That sounds interesting. Oh. Okay. This might lead me to someone I need, or it might mean something else entirely. Explore with a rumor to follow up on it. Why is this one so tiny? While I was returning to the depths, one appeared in front of my eyes, whose mouth was sealed. When I saw them in the great emptiness, I cried out. I think that last night I met another soul in the wood. I will never recall exactly what we said, one to another, but I think that we will recognize each other in the waking world. So the dream and the mansis and the woods and whatever are actually another place that you can travel to in your sleep. If what this is saying is true, it's an actual place you can actually go to actually do things. It's not just dreams like how we understand them in, the real world. My passion's exhausted, so I can't dream yet. I can use this here. Can in dream I must perform the work. Okay, well, I think that's telling me I have to work here. But I'm stuck at this desk job. What else can I dream of? I can dream of dread. Dreams can be quelled with the correct resource. Contentment. So if I have contentment, I can get rid of my dread with dreams. Alright, I don't think I can dream of anything else. Really, health. It's just gonna make me not get anything from it. Okay. The skin of the world, I keep coming back to that. The skin of the world must be reality, right? It must be. And if dreaming can take you to a place, then we had to put effort to go to the woods. We had to go to the metaphorical darkest place we could to slip beneath the skin of the world, to enter the dream. I think the mansis, or the dream world, or whatever it is, must be beneath the skin of the world. That has to be it, because it keeps mentioning if I put passion here, I think it mentioned going beneath the filthy skin of the world. But I don't have passion right now. That must be what that is. So I'm wondering, I'm really curious what the moon is. An acquaintance. I found someone who might be a kindred spirit, but I'll need to win them over. Winning over an acquaintance requires your passion. Where is my passion right now, actually? Oh, it's right here. It's just exhausted. Okay, well, 47 seconds. Okay, yeah. So this will just steal it once it's off. Cooldown. Oh, this gave us contentment. Okay, so last time it gave us glimmering. This time it gave us, I think it's probably just a random drop table. Okay. I can explore with fleeting rumor, particular rumors. I suspect my way out. So that's an interesting concept, meeting someone in your dreams and then tracking them down in the waking world. It's very interesting. Read, wrapped in the king, at these greater feasts, a black pig is always crowned as king before its slaying. On this occasion, its heart was weighted in the balance against a knot of feathers, and its skin became a cape for the officiant. Its flesh was left for the crows, but I must confess my interest was not in its carcass, but in the perfumed flesh of the milliner laid fresh in the earth. A waking chant. So this is heart lore. Who could hear this and remain unmoved? The sleeping, the dead, the earth, and the sky? Use this in a rite with a Byzantine tint, and a meteoric bullet or other resources of equal power to summon a percussagant. Who could hear this and remain unmoved? The sleeping, the dead, the earth, and the sky. A waking chant. So this, coming back to the Isis, I think it was like cults of Isis or chants of Isis. This is very much describing the Anubis, what Anubis does in Egyptian mythology of weighing the heart against scales, and if the heart is heavy with sin, it will outweigh the feathers. I just wonder what, so this is another, I mean, it's obviously a connection to death. This whole thing was about eating corpses, but it's interesting that it's a feasts, a black pig. Feast is capitalized. At these greater feasts, a black feasts. Feasts, a feast, capital F, must mean something specific. Maybe it's a ritual or something. Pig is always crowned as king before its slaying. On this occasion, its heart was weighted in the balance against a knot of feathers, and its skin became a cape for the officiant. Its flesh was left for the crows, but I must confess my interest was not in the carcass, but in the perfumed flesh of the milliner. Laid flesh in the earth. Its skin. Heart deals with the skin. That must be significant in some way. Cape. So it's like metaphorically. Yeah, I guess metaphorically. Metaphorically donning the skin, turning the skin into a very physical representation of heart. Now I think I'm going to read this, and then we're going to, once this is done being studied, we're going to end the session, but this seems very related to what we just read, so I just want to make sure that that connection is actually there. So what is this? Poems a greedy delight, composed by possibly rumored heiress turned madam turned poem. skeleton songs. That's, yeah, skeleton, greedy delight poems. In Arabelle's introduction, she explains that the book was to be illustrated, but that the Suppression Bureau would not permit it. She hints that the illustrations still exist somewhere. The book is dedicated to Sir Parzival the Red Cup. Poems of Greedy Delight, composed by the possible. She explains that the book was to be... Okay, so this is the book. Suppression Bureau. I mentioned something about something being suppressed. I guess that's kind of... Yeah, there's literally a Suppression Bureau. I wonder if they're connected to Heart, or I'm just pulling at something that doesn't exist. Because if Heart is one of these aspects, it doesn't necessarily... Protecting reality, protecting the skin of the earth, or sorry, the world we understand, does not necessarily mean that the suppression of whatever is beneath the skin, of whatever influences beneath the skin. If anything, the skin is very... what's the organs of an organism are very important to whatever the skin is protecting. Okay. Okay, this is still looking for my passion. Can I... Reason. I can put reason here. There was once a man who said that the sleep of reason produced monsters. Often it is healthy to let the mind wander in sleep, but if I keep dreaming, sooner or later some sort of monster will rise from my own fears. Cool, so... Walking Shannon. Scrap. Secret histories are layered beneath the one we know. Those histories. Tristan interludes. If I have a particular friend, now is the time to renew our connection. Palm to palm and eye to eye. Interested. This is someone who has developed a romantic interest in me. Oh, this isn't Cultist Simulator. This is Cultist Dating Simulator. I think I downloaded the wrong game here. Okay, that already gave me something. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. Oh, contentment. Okay, so being alone is gave me contentment. Do you hear that, everyone? The path to happiness is to be an incel. Oh, yep, it just stole my passion. Okay, the notoriety is ticking away, so that's good. And where's my evidence? The evidence is still here for a while, but the notoriety's going away. An acquaintance, come with me. Hanger on. Usefully malleable, but they'll probably never amount to much. You might be able to recruit this acquaintance as a follower. Passion, Watchman's Secret, and Mystique. So can I recruit him? Can I talk to him? Recruit a new follower. Once you establish a cult, use talk with the cult to recruit an acquaintance to your cult's ranks. Talk with the cult. Interrogate, intimidate, beguile, restruct, associate. So I can put him here. Promote a believer. To promote a believer to a disciple, I'll need to provide an appropriate aspect for the cult to at least the 7th intensity. Well, this is the only aspect I have of Lantern, because I founded this on Lantern, but I can only get this to 2. Can I put there anything else here? Put your edition here, which will only bring it to 3. So I can't do that. Oh, but this is what I meant. How every card you put into a check adds to the aspects of the check. This is one of the areas where that matters. So I need to get cards that add up to at least 7 lantern. So I could, if this was lantern, because this is giving me 6 heart, if this was lantern and I put that here, and this gave me gives me 1 lantern, I would easily have 7. Why is this 8? Right, because he gives heart. So it sounds like it's actually easier probably to promote people who are tied to the lantern aspect. I do remember that being something where each people have like an affinity to 1 or more aspects, and this person is aligned with heart. What that means in terms of like what their personality and what their proclivities are, we'll have to discover together. Oh, right, so I'm trying to recruit this guy. Talk Mirror of Glory, Hanger On. We'll need to live with the power we revere. I might glean it from an influence or tool or an ingredient or just the lore of our tradition. So I can just pop this here. This one is ready. By invoking Lantern. All right. Track down a rumor, an unpromising address but a promising resident. Rose, an acquaintance. Rose is a sly miss, and she recognizes you as someone uncommon. You might be able to recruit this acquaintance as a follower. Man, if only she was blonde, she would resemble someone that, if you know, you know. Blonde with a purple hairband. Either Sabrina or someone else who is also named Rose. Explore. So, let's just keep exploring with this thing. Might as well. Let's bathe in the moonlight. Oh, what's this? Hold unhappy, far-off things. Moth finds the light in the dark, and so do I. Cool. This is chaos, and yearning is moth. So that's going to give us something probably, I don't know if it'll be good. Study the skeleton songs. The 26 delightful fruits. The 26 delightful fruits, the 7 chastisements, the 9 gardens, the 4 regrets. That didn't make a lot of sense. That didn't answer my questions at all. It gave us red secret. Some words are spelt correctly only when the proper ink is used. So this gives Grail. So hunger, lust, and drowning waters. Drowning waters, does that have the death? Is that death? I don't think so. I think that's just like gluttony. I think that's an excess of pleasure. So, man, I was hoping there was a thread to draw on that, but I mean there might have been, but I can't see it. But okay, we will end this here. I'm thinking about an hour and a half for this this game for each episode, a little less, little more. Let me know if you watch and you think I should go longer, or I should maybe break it up a little bit. Giving this is the first Let's Play I've ever done, please let me know if you think there's any areas I can improve, or if you want to buy my silence permanently, you may. But I hope to see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching if you watched to this point, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.